Hey guys, Kevin Downey over at Kevin M. Downey and Strategic Advisor at Aptive Index. Thanks for taking the time. Really appreciate it. In this video, what I want to do is I want to talk about how you identify people that are the right fit for your sales role in your company. Okay. And if I'm not going to take very long, I'm not going to take a deep dive into Aptive Index and all of that stuff, but I am going to use the screens and show you the difference in different roles. And if you have any experience in hiring sales and struggling to hire the right salespeople and keep salespeople that are good, this is all going to make a lot of sense. And it's not just for sales, it's for hiring for everything, right? But sales is one of our highest turnover positions in all of business, this side of maybe certain types of hourly wage roles. Very hard to hire and get success out of salespeople and keep them and find the right people, especially those in B2B where we're looking for them to do prospecting. And a lot of times because we're hiring the wrong thing and for the wrong reasons. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to look at some different profiles I'm going to show you. But if you're not familiar with Aptive Index, it's something, if you have a link to take it. It takes 8 to 10 minutes. The accuracy level will blow you away. Okay, it's measuring what we call cognitive attributes, and these are the things that define what drive our decisions and actions, our needs and motivations that drive our decisions and actions. They're stable, they don't change in our lifetime, and they are exactly how you pinpoint whether somebody is built for a job. So you build a profile either from scratch, and I'll show you how that works, or you build it off of people that are successful in a department, all right, or a person. And now you use that to try to go hire people so that they match those attributes for the job, right? Because that's when we find success. Hiring off of skills, experience, resume, background, all that stuff, it's been proven for decades now that it doesn't work. Our turnover rate is almost 50% in the United States. Sales is a lot higher than that. And we have we have a lot of struggles in finding and keeping really good people. And we end up with a lot of people who are underperformers, underachievers, and also to a certain extent, toxic hires. We're hearing about that, and that's very painful and expensive for companies. So what we want to do is we want to look at, okay, how do I identify people that are built for a specific type of sales role? And again, if you haven't taken Aptive Index, if you have a link, take it. If you don't, go to our website, kevinmdowney.com. Take it. You'll get a PDF. The results will blow you away. The accuracy level is just amazing. This is their website, by the way, aptiveindex.com. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at, this is me. Aptive Index is measuring, and I'm not going to go through the details on this video, but Aptive Index is measuring 4 primary attributes and 4 secondary attributes. We use these for all of hiring, especially and including sales. I would say the 3 top ones here and the 3 top ones here for sales become important for different sales roles. So you have influence, sociability, consistency, and precision. And then you have emotional resonance, prosocial, intensity, and abstraction. Okay, so let's take a look at different sales profiles, and I'm just going to kind of show you the different patterns of what we're looking to hire, and it will make sense, right? I'm going to show you somebody who's a successful person in a role, and it will make sense to you how building this and matching people to the attributes, the wiring pattern matching the job and the job's needs, is how you identify people that are a sales fit, not what their resume says. Right? Because they can sell themselves all day long. They can put anything they want on their resume about what they've sold, millions of dollars, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. Okay, so really common thing, we see this in B2C, a one-call closer. Look, high I, really high S, low C, relatively low P, high emotional resonance, high intensity. One-call close. Going in, selling windows on an appointment. They got one call to do an assessment, put together a proposal, plan, whatever, they write it up, a ticket, and close. They might get one more shot at it going in, but that's it. That's a one-call closer. They're not going to have any relationship with the customer afterwards. They got nothing going on with that. All their job is to sell on scheduled appointments, okay? So remember the pattern, and you're going to see some of the differences here, okay? Farmer sales rep. Not that far away, because we need that high sociability. The influence doesn't have to be as important in this, but we're really high pro-social and high sociability, right? They're building a relationship. They need to maintain that relationship, and that is how they are selling. That's traditional relationship sales, right? Which we hear that phrase all the time. That is somebody who is an account manager, an account executive. They're constantly selling into the same customer base, managing them, cross-selling, upselling, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch to hunter, and then I'm going to go to BDR and SDR and show you the differences. Okay. Now we go to a hunter sale. This is somebody who is not going to manage the customer base. This is typically a B2B role, but it could be in B2C. Right. This is your prototypical hunter sales rep. This is somebody who is going to be selling to a customer. It's a multi-step process. They've got to follow up with leads. They've got to maintain and stay in front of people. They may have to do multiple presentations, but they got to stay after it. They have to be an expert and an authority. They have to present maybe multiple times, and then they close. They don't have a long-term relationship with the customer. All they are doing is once they sign the customer, they might deal with them once a year or once every quarter at most for re-signing or something like that, but they're not managing the customer from a day-to-day basis. They are not doing the deliverable at all, right? Okay. So now we're looking at high influence, really high intensity. That's what we need here. Sociability, consistency, precision, not that critical. We really need that high I and that high intensity. Okay. Now let's take a look at a BDR. And this is where hiring for your sales position, we get this all of the time. People want to hire, they end up hiring a lot of farmers, but they kind of want what they think is a hunter, and they think a hunter is somebody who does prospecting. It's not what hunters do. Hunter sales reps want to sell, right? They don't want to prospect. This is somebody who prospects. This is an expert at prospecting. You want to see somebody that's an expert at prospecting? That's it right there. This is my our BDR SDR at Kevin Downey, Leo. He's not built for sales. He's built for prospecting. He's built for constantly following up on doing outbound, following up on inbound leads. And again, if we do SDR, this is dealing with just purely inbound leads. It's a little bit different, but very similar, but high C, right? This is what we're looking for here. High C. Why high C? Consistency. I need them to do the same thing over and over and over again, every day, all day, 50 to 100 times. Low emotional resonance. Okay. Why? Because I need him to be able to brush it off when somebody doesn't want to talk to him. They don't want to deal with him. He gets hung up on, he gets sworn at, whatever. And I want him to do that same thing and keep going like the Energizer Bunny. That's what I'm looking for in a BDR role, right? That's not a hunter salesperson. Hunter salesperson wants to deal with people, present and sell. They want to educate. They want to be an authority figure, right? They don't have the build to go out there and repeat the same process over and over and over again 50 times a day. It's not how they're built, right? So what we have is a problem in so many sales organizations. We're hiring people for the wrong things and for the wrong reasons, right? So what we need to do is we need to take a look at, okay, what is it that you really need in your sales role? If you need business development, go hire business development. If you want a salesperson and you're going to drive them leads and appointments, or you're going to give them a customer base, or they're going to have all of that stuff, go hire a hunter or a farmer, right? And they are different. But if you want somebody that's going to generate leads and appointments, going to grow your business, and that's really your focus and that's your weak point, and certainly in B2B, this would be the number one thing everyone comes to us for. They're looking for sales, but ultimately what they want is business development, because sales isn't their problem. Like so many small business owners, they don't really need any more salespeople, or most of the time they don't. A lot of startups, they don't need salespeople. They could sell their product. They just can't generate leads. They don't know how, they don't want to, whatever. You need a business development rep for that. So you got to hire the right person for the task, the right wiring pattern based on what we need in the job, right? And that's why it is so important to hire the right kind of person in a position. So again, you come in and you become an Aptive Index client. We're going to build you your sales roles. We might use your team to build those out, right? So I'm going to give you an example here. Here's the Aptive Index, strategic advisor team, which would be kind of like a high level hunter, but strategic sales. Okay. If you look at this, just look at the pattern. Like, so if we know that, this one and this one are our most successful people, this is what we're looking for ideally, right? So if we go out and hire salespeople, we're going to use that as our baseline pattern. That doesn't mean that everybody has to be a perfect match that we hire, but it gives us an idea. Am I going to hire somebody that's down in this quadrant or over here or way down over here for that role? Absolutely not. They're not built for it. Okay, so last thing, let me show you an example of the AI and just how powerful this is. At Aptive Index, like if you haven't taken it, again, I didn't dig into the AI or really show all the tools. So we're going to compare two people. This is Alyssa versus somebody named Kevin. We'll keep it anonymous, right? Oh, I guess it's me. So you can see you could see that if we go software sales consultant, okay, let's imagine that we have two people with very comparable resumes, right? They look good on paper. They both interview really well. They got all of the stuff that you're looking to hire. But there's a vast difference in why Kevin's going to be a better hire than Alyssa for this particular role, right? Because we built it off, we've got it off the job, plus we can ask Aria about the position itself, okay? So influence drive, intensity equals urgency, precision, I've got the right kind, low pro-social equals speed, where Alyssa would excel instead. So Alyssa's going to be good, but not as good. Where should we really excel? She would really excel as an implementation consultant, customer success lead, or post-sale technical advisor. Her disciplined systems thinking, steady pace, and consensus building style make her invaluable once the deal is closed and the focus shifts to long-term partnership and operational excellence. Right? So summary, Kevin brings urgency, autonomy, analytical firepower, and the confidence to drive deals forward. Alyssa brings structure, reliability, and deep expertise, but lacks the pace and persuasive drive that software sales demands. So it's comparing two people. The level of expertise that this AI has and all the things you can do with it for hiring, for managing people, for everything that you need to do with your people in your company, just absolutely blow you away. Okay? So hopefully that helped you. Again, it took way too long, but if you're looking to hire for sales, you need to dig in and seriously give this a hard look. You should take Aptive Index. You should do it. We should do a demo. Dig in, and I can show you what you can do to find salespeople that are a fit. Build a job model and find salespeople that are a fit for that job. Then we look at background. Then we look at skills and experience, soft skills and experience, and we do interviewing and all that stuff. But the first thing is the dots got to line up. If the dots don't line up, they're going to fail. We know that because, again, everybody keeps hiring this or they keep hiring this, but they want them to do this. And it doesn't work. They keep failing. They keep not dialing the phone. They don't prospect. There's a reason why. They're not built for it. Okay? So reach out to me, kevinmdowney.com. Appreciate you being here today. Best of luck in business, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.